Hey guys, this is another entry of my video diary about the TikTok Creators Fund, meant to educate people. So today was day 10. I wasn't intending on doing anything for day 10 necessarily, but every time I find out something interesting, I am going to post it on here. And I talked about this in the live this morning, so if you didn't catch it, I'm probably talking about it again on another live, but I'm gonna bring as much detail here as I can. So basically, yesterday was like the worst day for at least the content that I posted that day, engagement for those specific videos. It was the worst day that I've probably ever had, like literally since my like 10K follower days. Like, it was demoralizingly terrible. I know last time I said that I was going to try and emulate my posting patterns from the summer when I was the most successful, which was basically I did like 2 to 3 skits a day. And so that's what I've been doing for the last few days. And it did not really do anything. Yesterday, it was really bad. Like, I did a Harry Potter one. It's barely getting like 30, 40K views, and it's been 2 days. I put a Captain America one up. My Marvel ones usually do very well, and it took all day to reach 10K. I was mortified. I was like crying. I tried all sorts of things. I tried posting the same video, but a few hours later, that didn't work. And then those videos were very obviously shadow banned, to the point where it was like it was so bad that it could only be manual. Like 400 views in 1 hour. Very suspect. I didn't know whether to feel assured or upset, because obviously I feel like there is somebody manipulating the shit behind the scenes, because it just doesn't add up with the rest of my content. It doesn't add up with how it usually performs. And I was noticing some things very interesting, because I know a lot of people said that once they left the Creators Fund, for, like I said before, for like a few days after, or for a week or so, it would get actually worse, but then their engagement will go back up and get better. Some people have said it would take a month to recover, and so I kept that in mind, and I kind of expected this to be coming. I didn't expect it to be this bad. And so I just keep looking for clues and everything, and context clues of what's going on here. And I noticed something very interesting over the last few days, which is that I'm still getting emails from the Creators Fund. I'm still getting notifications from the Creators Fund, which doesn't make sense, right? Because I left the Creators Fund, so why would I be getting notifications and stuff from there? Could it be a mistake? No, absolutely not. Why would TikTok, if we're assuming that TikTok doesn't want to pay its creators as much as it should be paying them if we were actually making what our engagement before would have been making us, it wouldn't make sense for them to keep me on the Creators Fund, because that's cheaper for them. There's no way that's an accident that a multi-billion-dollar company could make. But the fact that I checked to make sure that I was out of the Creators Fund, and sure enough, I'm definitely out. I'm definitely all the way out of the Creators Fund. There's no way I'm in it. But why am I getting these emails? And like I said, there's no evidence for this, but what that tells me is that even though I'm not in the Creators Fund, they still keep tabs on me. I am still identified, obviously, in some way in their system as someone who was in the Creators Fund and left. And the messages I'm getting aren't like, come back to the Creators Fund, please, we miss you. It's these are emails going out as if I were in the Creator Fund, like, oh, it's time to withdraw October's funds, or, you know, whatever newsletter. And I'm like, I'm not in the Creators Fund anymore. Why would I be having this? So what that tells me is that they definitely have a way, like they definitely are keeping tabs on people that leave. And so they can directly target those people's views right after they leave. And I think that it is definitely a mind tactic to lower people's views after they leave the fund, to make them think that they made a mistake, to make them come back to the fund maybe for engagement, or I don't know, maybe to make them give up. But they can keep on targeting those people because they keep us identified. And me receiving those emails proves that. Now here's the crazy thing. Yesterday was awful, right? Like I don't think I even averaged like 100,000 views over all of the videos that I had posted. I posted a lot. And I was like, I was crying, I was upset, and I was like, you know what? And I had to remind myself, like I've been reminding you guys on these video diaries, like, you know what? It doesn't matter, Nick. What really matters is the overall engagement. What matters is the overall analytics. So check it in the morning and see what it looks like. And so I did. I went to bed spitefully, and I got up this morning. I checked my analytics, and the views for yesterday were the highest that it has been since I left the Creator Fund. Actually, so much closer to my average engagement. So much closer to my average engagement than it has been in a very, very fucking long ass time. It was blown away, and the views that I had gotten from the videos that I posted that day were just a fraction of what I had. They were just a fraction of what made up those views, which means that the videos that I have already posted are finally now working for me for the first time. That means that those videos that I've been posting for the last 2 months while I'm on the Creators Fund that weren't going to people's For You pages are now going to people's For You pages. When I tell you guys that the number of people that have been reporting in my comment section, it's got to be in the hundreds, guys. It's got to be in the hundreds. That they're like, you're finally on my For You page again. It worked. Don't go back to the Creators Fund. Like, you're my For You page for the first time in 2 months. 3 months, you know, whatever. Like, I haven't seen you in forever. I thought you quit. Like, these comments keep on rolling in so much, guys. It is insane. Like, I didn't even think that it would be at this level, but it is, to put it in TikTokish terms, astronomical. So what that tells me is that it is very likely that the views of the videos that I am posting right now are being manipulated to be low. But the rest of my videos, but they cannot mask the fact that the rest of my videos are finally working for me for the first time. So some people are seeing shit that I posted 2 months ago for the first time. People that follow me. And I think that lowering views once people leave is a scare tactic. It's retribution almost, to make them feel like they made a mistake, when in fact their accounts are definitely getting better. There's a lot of people that said that their accounts got worse after they left the fund, but I wonder if those people were checking their analytics. Because looking from my raw numbers, it does look like my account is getting worse, but when I check my analytics, it is getting better. It is definitely getting a lot better, and it's getting a lot more consistent. And so I'm wondering about that. Another thing that makes me think that the views are being manually manipulated is that sometimes I will have a video that is starting to do really good. Like, it's performing, like, and this has happened to almost every video that I've posted since I left. I will have a video, I'll post it, and the views will rack up just as quick as it used to back in the good old days before the Creators Fund, like back in summer. It'll start racking up, but then it will stop right before 10K. Right before. At like 8,000, 9,000, the growth will just stall right there. And it just doesn't fucking make sense. And it never happened to me before. And if anyone knows a lot about the TikTok algorithm, after a video reaches 10K is basically when the algorithm will automatically push it on to a bigger set of audiences, because that's basically at the point where it's like, oh, this is reliable content, so we can push this out to other people to see. But my shit stops right before 10K. Right before it can get to the point where the algorithm can favor it. And it just lags for forever. It will lag for a long time. and it's just not consistent with the initial growth that it had when it first got posted. It is very suspect, and I really think, guys, I really think that for some people, when they leave the fund, it gets better right away. Like for my sister, it got better right away, but she is a smaller creator. And I am, on the like close to the side of approaching 1 million followers. I'm on the higher side of 500,000, right? And so some people will consider me a big creator. I consider myself mid-level, but a lot of people consider me a big creator. And I think that one of the tactics for sure, guys, is that they keep tabs on the people that just left the fund. I don't think they can do it forever, but I think that they do. And I think that they manually manipulate those views as retribution, either as retribution or to scare people back into joining the fund, so they can get more participation back, or to scare them into creating more videos like I did yesterday, creating more and more videos just to increase engagement, not for you, but for the app itself. So either way, they're getting work out of you and you're getting screwed to distract you from the fact that once you left the Creators Fund, it's very possible that your shit is actually doing better, because now the stuff that was kept off of people's For You page is now on people's For You page. It's now circulating finally, and it's working for you. So I almost could have done nothing yesterday and I would have had the same results that I saw this morning. Basically, that my views are the highest that it's been since I left the fund. Fucked up. So here's my plan of action from here on out. For the next few days, I am not going to post. If I post, it will not be original content at all. Three reasons why I'm not going to do this. Number one, it takes me a long time to make these skits. It takes a lot of fucking work. It can take me an hour to record a skit, to caption it, to do closed captioning. It takes me a long time to do that. If I'm doing a skit that the kind of skit that used to get me 200, 300,000 likes guaranteed, or at least 100,000 likes guaranteed, and it takes me all day to get 10K, that is not a good return on investment. I took down that Captain America skit yesterday. I know that is something that TikTok tells you not to do. That's a big mistake to do, but you know what? Like, it does not look good. It's not a good look as a creator, because really where the success comes is when you negotiate, like I said, with other vendors, with other sponsors, and they look at your followership, yes, but they look at your engagement overall. Some of them ask for your analytics, but most of them are going to look at your most recent videos. And if your most recent engagement is absolute crap, then you lose your negotiation power. So and if I posted and only 10,000 people saw it in one day, then it's not reaching my audience anyway. If I have a total followership of 600,000 followers, so it's no use. So I'd rather take it down and take that risk, take it down, and save it for when I'm back in favor with the algorithm. So that's one thing. I am not going to waste my effort and my original work on TikTok while I'm in this weird, TikTok jail period where they are probably, doing this as retribution. So that's one thing. Number two, I am absolutely sick and tired of seeing people use my material and get better results than me. I am so sick and tired of seeing people use my sounds, both credited and uncredited. I'm not mad at the people that use my sounds, but I am mad to see my material get used and they get like hundreds of thousands of views and they're getting so much more engagement. I'm getting like scraps and I can barely make it to 10K. And I have definitely seen that happen, which also refutes that argument that, your account isn't doing well because your content is shit, or, it's not the algorithm, it's your content. If that were true, then the people that are using my material would not be getting such good results, first of all. And also, there are definitely people out there that are vultures that have literally stolen my sounds, have gone to the like literally have gone to this trouble to strip my video down, strip the sound out, and make it their fucking own, so that it shows as their original sound, and I don't find out until one of my fans rat them out and they tag me. That used to not be, it's been happening all year, and it used to not be a big deal to me, like in the summer, because I'm like, whatever, like my account is doing fine, there's no way you're gonna be able to touch me. But while I'm going through this hardship right now, I literally cannot fucking stand to see that. And I have seen people literally use my goddamn ideas and not credit me until somebody calls them out and they're like, oh yeah, it is Nicki Marina's idea. And then people start to tag me and everything. I'm like, and of course they're getting better, you know, engagement and stuff on that particular post than I am. That pisses me off to no end. So guess what? Nobody is getting any free fucking content from me. Nobody is getting any free fucking ideas from me for a little bit, okay? Like, it's just not gonna happen, and not while I'm going through this. It was wrong. It's been wrong, like always. It's always been the wrong thing to do, but especially right now while I'm going through this battle with this goddamn app, I cannot stand to see it. Like, ethically it's wrong, and like mentally for me it is depressing and it fucks me up. So I cannot stand to see that, and I won't. But the third reason, and it's probably the most important reason, is that if I learned anything from yesterday and this morning seeing the analytics, it means that what is most important is not the the surface numbers that TikTok is showing me right now for what I'm posting right now. What matters is that I'm back on people's For You page. That is where the real power lies. Because if I'm back on my other people's For You page, like I said, my material is finally working for me. The reason I was able to post less, the more successful I got, is because my previous material was working for me on people's For You pages. And so I didn't have to build as much anymore. And I think that something similar is happening now, and I think lowering the views of whatever I post now that I've left the fund is a mind trick to distract from the fact that actually my account is probably going to keep on getting better. So what I want to see what happens if I do absolutely nothing for a week. Absolutely nothing. And if I post, it will be like a blind reaction, like a duet or something, maybe a mental health post, but probably not. I just want to see what will happen, because if my hunch is correct, like based on what I have learned from, like I said, yesterday and reading the analytics this morning, is that my account very well might keep on improving in performance even if I do absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And also, I think maybe there might be a cooling off period with the algorithm for them to stop being fucking mad at me because I left the Creators Fund. In the past, a lot of people that have been shadow banned have said that taking a break from the app for a few days has actually helped them get unshadow banned. And so maybe throwing them off the rhythm will help a little bit if I just go kind of inactive for a little while, because I am convinced that it's very likely that I am actually playing chess with another person who was manipulating my shit. And so I am just not going to do it, and I'm just going to lay low, and then in a week or so try again and see how the algorithm treats me then, and then see about that. I had something else. What was it? Oh yeah, in place of posting, what I'm going to be doing is doing live streams on TikTok every day except Saturday, because that is my day of rest. And there's many reasons for that too. One is because so I can still interact with my fans and followers, and I like doing that. It's really, really cool. Also because live streams are another thing that had been taken off of the For You page when I was on the fund. Actually, some of my followers had been being removed, I found out. So that's also something that's back on the For You page. And so it's still a way to engage without having to waste my time putting up content that is not going to be pushed out the way that it should be. Also, and this is a bonus tidbit that is really funny to me, but it kind of not. I am making, on average, I am making more per day with live streams than on average, more than I was with the Creator Fund. So I think that theoretically, even if I did a live stream every day, I could literally replicate the income that I was making with the TikTok Creators Fund, and that was about $200 a month. $200 a month for someone with 610,000 followers, which is fucking ridiculous. I told you guys before, my views per month were at about 5. They're approaching 7 million now. Once I get to 10 million, like I said, I think I would consider that semi-recovered, but I would really like it to get back up to 15, 16. But I do see that it is moving in an upward trajectory, and so that's really good. So all I'm going to be doing is live streaming and then watching these analytics to see what exactly happens. And like I said, if my theory is correct, that my stuff is coming onto people's For You page for the first time, then a lot of the material that I've been doing for the last 2 months, people are literally seeing it for the first time as if it is new content. And so hopefully it won't make much of a difference if I don't post for a little bit. I'm really, really curious. I'm really curious on how this is going to go. But I'm hopeful. So we will definitely see what happens, and I'll check back in a few days to give a report. This is a longer diary entry than usual, but there's a lot that came out of the last 24 hours, and I just want everybody to be educated on what this shit is about and like the reality of what you're risking if you want to join the Creators Fund. And like I said, my advice still at this moment is to not fuck with the Creators Fund, because it will fuck you up in the long run. It's much better, especially if you're a smaller creator, to work on growing your account and figuring out what videos work best for you, and growing your followership, instead of joining that thing and letting it shrink you and basically sabotage you. So that is the findings for today. This was day 10, and so we'll check back again maybe around day 13, 14 and see what happens. I'm really, really curious to see what happens. And I'm also very eager, honestly, to take a break from this, because it has been a very anxious and depressing process, mainly because content creation is basically all I do now. And so when you fuck with my well-being, I get really fucking pissed off. And I came for TikTok pretty hard, so I'm not really surprised that these views are being sabotaged as terribly as they are. So anyway, like I said, no surprise there. Let's see what happens in the next few days. Let me know if you guys have any questions down in the comments. And we'll see what happens in the next few days. All right. Talk to you guys later.